So learners, we're looking at the following information. This is the mechanical analytical component of grade 11 and grade 12. So this page consists of different types of sections. We're looking specifically at 6 different sections. So section number 1, and I want to explain with some pictures, is what we call a full section. So if a component like this, right, this is a machine component, there's a hole inside here, and there are 4 bolt holes on the edge of that component, which has been drilled. So this is metal, that's nothing, that's air, because it's a hole, that's air, because that's a hole. So you take a hacksaw and you cut this perfectly in half, and you remove the one side. So when you remove this side or that side, the saw left some marks here. Now these are the marks that the saw actually left, right? It was perfectly in the middle, it wasn't cut there because that's air. There you can see it's an opening, there it's an opening, and there's an opening. The rest of it, solid metal, and that's where the saw actually made contact with the metal. So we call these cross-hatching or sectional lines. So when you cut right from top down to bottom, it is called a full section. We are going to look at the next one, which is the half section, and I'm going to highlight that half section. Now you're going to find significantly that there's a component and only half of it has been sectioned. The other half remains in full. And this is what we call a half section. So when you are faced with a drawing which only has cross-hatching lines on the one side, and it possibly could be either the left or the right side, doesn't matter, that is called a half section. It's not like the full where it's cut right through. To show you how the half section is created, I'm going to take you to the activity on the next page. So when you have a component, you're not cutting from this side right through to form a full section. No, you start here, but you're only cutting a quarter. So that quarter has been removed now. This still remains untouched, right? That's why we have still the full section there, the full part there, and only this part here where it has been cut will get the cross-hatching. We proceed to the part section. In the part section, it's very important to understand that the whole component, or even half of the section, or the component, has not been sectioned. But this wavy line indicates that it is only a part that has been cut out to specifically show detail. So anything associated with a wavy line and hatching lines can be regarded as a part section. That is how you identify part section, and I want to show you what it looks like in reality. So here you have a shaft, is a center line. That is an S-break, it means it continues that way. There is a key in a key slot, which we spoke about. The key slides in the key way, but I want to show the key slot here. So the wavy line opens up, and that part has been cut away to have a full view of the key that is shown. We go to the opposite side of the page where we have an aligned section. So we underlined an aligned section, and I want to talk about an align. So this shape here does not have what we call a symmetrical shape, where that part, the left, looks exactly like the right. It's slightly on a slant. So the cutting line takes the form of the component on the slant as it is. There's the cutting line, so I'm going to cut right there through the middle and down, and that is what it's going to be like when I am going to have it cut. Here we have a few examples of components with holes inside and an aligned section. We now look at the removed section. Basically tells us that it has been taken out. So when you look at any component like this, you would not be able to say what this shape looks like here of the hook. So what the draftsman has done is that he has taken the shape here and put it outside so that the maker can see what shape that part there is. All you need to remember, it has been taken out. It has been removed outside to show you the shape. That is basically how you get to a removed section. And the last section that we will be looking at is the revolved section. The revolved section is very similar like the removed section. The only difference is that it has not been taken out, but it's actually placed exactly inside the drawing. For example, here it shows that shape would have been removed as a removed section if it was there, but because the draftsman drew it inside the component of the part, this now becomes a revolved section. So the revolved and the removed are very similar. The only difference is that the revolved is drawn inside the component and the removed has been drawn outside. And that basically concludes the part on sectioning.